sum up 2022, this speaks for all of us, was learning. We learned a lot in 2022.
So the plan for 2023 would be first quarter, Eli dropping his body.
Eli. Main focus right now is just to get it jumping.
Most likely be the talk of the town.
So that nigga, when I get lit, bro, I'm taking him with me, bro. I swear to God, bro.
I'm here at the Aqua Lounge. We about to talk about my new album, Scorpio.
Yo, you kill me? Why is that even on your brain? Why is that on your cranium?
I personally think the nicest nigga to never get a ring is AI.
Yo, welcome back to the Aqua Lounge podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We got very special guests in the building. We're going to have a great conversation. We got MX Strong. We got Darren, man.
Yo, what's good, guys?
Yep.
Appreciate y'all coming on, man. Seriously.
It's my first time without the mask on this podcast.
Yeah, man.
First real podcast.
I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, man.
I figured business, face, music, no face. I think that's how I'm going to separate it.
There you go.
Welcome to the
like
loading
it.
screen.
So you guys, you know, we have a great relationship. You know, we've known each other for about a year probably now.
100%.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you guys, you know, came to us with you know, a vision that you guys had, and you know, we want to talk about that. You know what I mean? Just let the people know and like just really bring light to a good situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess we go into like
what do you guys have in mind? Like, what's your ideas? Like, what is your?
Let me get this sponsor down.
Yeah.
All right. So the basic outlay of the vision is, I mean, how long have you been an artist?
Well,
General. How long have you been an artist?
like,
Making beats?
making beats?
100%. How long have you been an artist? How long have you had a business in music?
Like 6 years.
How? Also 6 years?
Yeah, I'm not making the beats, but
Doesn't matter.
we
You've
were
been
doing it for 6 years.
100%, 6 years, right? How many times have you been able to be, based on your worth, given a fair opportunity where you don't have to go broke?
It's very, very, very difficult to find that.
Right?
If I don't even think it probably doesn't exist.
Right. It doesn't exist on the long. It
Right.
doesn't. It shouldn't exist that way. That's the basic idea. Is being an artist shouldn't exist that way. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to go against your survival to accomplish a dream. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of artists have to work full time. And I'm not just talking about music artists like singers and rappers. We're also talking about the producers. We're talking about the business side of music, because that's also important, including studios. I'm even going out to say painters, sculptors, graffiti artists, anybody that has a dream. The vision is really
Photographers, videographers.
all of them. Everybody is as important as the next, because this is how community starts. And I would even care to say that with me and Darren are really not. It is a business. Listen, there's always going to be a business when it comes to this shit. You know, that's part of the side. But me and Darren's main focus is really community, because what we're lacking on Long Island, and why, I mean, let's go national. It is national, but we can really only focus on a small place at a time.
Right.
What we're lacking right now is community, and community is how we get these opportunities. And the problem is that someone has to step up and fucking do it. You know, it's just how it is. Like, someone has to step up and go, okay, let's unite the pieces, because uniting the pieces will help everybody. And we have to a certain degree. Money's great. Everybody's tight on cost. We understand that. But we have to figure out a way to do this for people to accomplish their dreams and what they want, and not completely obliterate their budget and obliterate, because, you know, dude, not for nothing, I've been doing music since I was 8. Over the past, like, I'll be fair, 2-3 years, I've had to decide a lot of times, do I want to spend money on promotion? Do I want to spend money on studio time? Or do I want to eat a meal today? That's a real thought that we have to go through. Most of us aren't paid enough for the jobs that we're doing, so we're drowning in the pool to try to achieve something. And sadly, this is going to be where a lot of good artists give up that we need. Because the problem is a lot of stupid shit rises to the top due to this. Because a lot of the good artists that put their heart into it go, I can't give my heart to this anymore.
It's too much.
It's too much. So
Burnt out.
Exactly. So personally, me, I usually run, you know, more of the digital and the promo, and I'm, you know, in front of the camera. I'm trying to do that stuff, setting up the scenes and stuff.
Right.
This is our physical guy. He's so good at pause. This is so good at promoting. I heard you laugh a little bit, and I needed to cover that territory before we moved on. He's the guy he's running he's doing shit that I can't do. He's pulling all-nighters. He's running back and forth from the city while also working a job, while pulling in network, while pulling in producers, rappers, people from different industries. You know who's a huge help in this industry that I just want to give shout-outs to?
Who's that?
First off, people aren't looking at this enough. Hip-hop culture, or just the culture in general, the artist culture in general. I don't even want to just specify, because we're also working with punk artists, we're working with soul singers, pop singers, everything, right?
The whole nine, yeah.
A huge piece that people are lacking on that can bring a lot of income to really help relieve pressure on artists is the marijuana industry. They go hand in hand.
Right.
They do.
They do.
Every event has marijuana.
Indeed,
Every
they do.
studio smokes marijuana.
Yep.
Every skater smokes marijuana.
It's a culture.
Exactly. And it helps. So there's a really interesting combine that a lot of people aren't factoring in, and he's much more knowledgeable. I've learned a lot of like the knowledge about this, how they link up from it. Do you want to speak on that at all?
Honestly, what I could tell you guys from
Just
personal
put that closer.
What I could tell you from personal experience, I started 3 years ago now with Gorilla Grabber almost, I believe. Been like I can't even tell you, time went by so quick, but it was honestly like a journey for me, honestly, because this is when I started learning how to do promotion. This is when I started learning like how to get around more. Like back in the day when I was in high school, honestly, like some people knew me for like moving around a lot, going about parties, etc. Like there's still videos up to this day, honestly. Like of just dumb shit too. But to be honest with you, the reason why I jumped into the business anyway is because I honestly like, I mean, I love smoking first off. Second off, I mean, raw papers, they're good and all, but they start tasting like cardboard box after a minute.
Yeah,
True. And then my boy Sean, he came out with my other boy Kevin one day when I was working, put me on game. I started joining them. Ever since then, started going to parties more often, shouting out stuff, buying boxes off of them, just literally one by one. I didn't even care how much money I had at the time either.
Right.
Because it was more about just getting exposed,
Yeah.
and let everybody know, yo, this is a cultural changing right here.
Yeah. And you're taking that, you took that step of like, into the unknown, so to speak.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
If I'm being honest with you, I went in head first without even thinking.
Right. But sometimes, exactly, man. Sometimes you got to do that.
And then explain, like, there's certain qualities that I'm still trying to figure out that you definitely know more because you've been around it more. How does the marijuana industry, how can it help the music industry and the creative industry? Because we've spoken about this a lot, and I'm still learning a lot about it. But
first off, let's just say it like this. First off, let's just say it like this at least. Shit, how can I say this? Alcohol, it doesn't even help in the first place anyway when you're in a room full of everybody else anyway. Plus, you're not going to be as creative. It just creates more emotional problems.
Creates problems, bro. That's what it does.
Mm-hmm. That's the first thing we're going to say anyway. And I honestly grew up with alcoholics in my family, and honestly, I'm trying my best not to even end up like that or even try to drink, period, actually. I've actually been trying to cut that off completely now because I started seeing with everything that I'm honestly been trying to do now, it's been making more peace actually in general because I've been inside other studios. I met up with a lot of people, even all like people in the city and stuff. Kid you not, I learned how to roll better actually from the people in the city too, just because of the smoking culture itself. And rest in peace, my best friend Danny. But when I was in welding school, this man will always tell me, yo, you got to be outside in the city, bro, instead of just Long Island too. You got to learn the culture a little bit before you even thinking about doing whatever you're thinking. So after a while, when he passed away, this is when I started going out, started hanging out with my friend Hamad, my other friend Flacco, everybody. And they were just putting me on game on how to get better at things every day. And ever since then, I just been honestly getting better and better each day at it.
Right.
And my other boy, he put me on game about how to grow better, how to get exotics in actually, like what do people want. See,
Right.
me, I wanted to learn how the market actually was more in general because I wanted to switch it up. Because even with COVID, now you got everybody struggling. Still to this day, everybody's still coming back up from COVID. Everybody's struggling. It doesn't matter who it is. Even if you're a billionaire, you know you're going to struggle one day out of the year. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a good point.
And I think like what he's talking about with the smoking community, how like I think that's why it's cool to introduce this to the music and the entertainment community, is because that ability where he was able to go to studios and everybody was just chilling and talking is what we've seen when we started to do these events. Like we've been working with Holly. Holly is
great person.
One of the greatest people, dude. She is so sweet, and she's helped us. Her and her boyfriend Ryan have helped us so much with getting to where we're going. They've given us a lot of like it's like they gave us a sandbox to play in. Like they gave us like the ability to figure out all the pieces that we were lacking while also being so supportive. And the one thing I love about Holly that you don't see and that I wish a lot of people would, you know, you see me doing this and him doing this, is when anybody has an idea, she'll go, yeah, let's fucking try it. Let's go. What's the worst that happens? She's so good at just being like, yeah, dude, why not? And that freedom piece, that ability to just go, you know what, let's try it out.
Right.
Is one of the dopest things, and it's led us to, you know, now we're getting into the different things that we have going on. You know, we have a lot. So we've started to set up these events with vendors.
Right.
That all the vendors are awesome. It's become like a mini community between the vendors on it's all they're freaking
all
out.
the vendors. so half of them are, kid you not, they all have like stories too at the end of the day too. And some of them are producers, singers too. So it's like they're trying. They are some of them already know the game a little bit, or some of them are already trying to change the game, but they don't know how to fully do it
or who to go to. So they end up collaborating with us, like the vendors themselves. So like they get to enter in a different realm. Like who's the guy that we love? Li.
Oh, Li.
Li State of Mind.
Li State of Mind. Yo, shout out to that dude.
he's so dope and he's so knowledgeable, and like I learn a lot about like because he's been around for a minute. You know, he's been doing that. He's done music before. He I think he still does music to a certain degree. He's freaking awesome, bro. And every time we go there, he does. He's so sweet, you know, and. He gives us like different avenues that we haven't thought of and stuff. But
dude always looks at me and goes, "Oh, I got something for you." I know you guys.
Which means that we know like we're going in the right direction, because already in this, you know, it's not gigantic yet, but this little hub, there's a certain source of community where artists will show up. Like we have Psyop. Psyop is freaking awesome. He's one of the artists that popped out to an event. He's working with us more. He's amazing with I think we showed you guys the music before, and he's undeniably talented as fuck. We also have No Cares and Will Doe, who've joined, you know, working with us.
So freaking amazing.
Yeah, No Cares just released an album. Go check that shit out. It's freaking phenomenal. And Psyop is releasing an album soon, so stay up for that.
I have a question.
What's up?
Vendors.
Yes.
How can, like, again, so are we just talking, like, what kind of vendors can there be? Can
anything.
It just be weed? Or
no, anything. It could be from a barber.
We had artists.
Okay.
Tattoos.
You've had a lot of different ones?
Yeah, we've had artists. Like
so you're welcoming with that, for sure.
Yeah, because, like, it's anything. It's anybody that wants to start a business, that wants to get out in front of a community to build a foundation. Like, it's foundation building, and it's people that, like, at the end of the day, we hope, like, a few years from now, you can still call and be like, yo, you got something going on? Or, like, yo, how are you doing? Like, there's a certain amount of like it's dope, dude. The barber that showed up, Ty, was freaking amazing.
Dude literally gave my cousin a cut.
He gave me a cut.
And he gave both my cousins a cut, actually, which is mad funny. My cousins, they just smoking and chilling, and dude literally is just like, yeah, I'm getting a beer cut.
we had food vendors. We had
bro, we had a chopped cheese.
We had chopped cheese, chopped chicken come out
over there.
This event, by the way, is going to be Fridays and Saturdays and Mondays in Bohemia. And then also anybody that, you know, listens to this that has, I just want to do this before we continue, anybody that has any interest in either going to the events or being a vendor or wants to perform at these events, contact me or Darren, or if you want to be a vendor, contact Holly. If we can get you just for the whatever the info, we'll give you her so they can reach out to her. But the vendors are really it's dope. And then the artists, we have the open mics at Bohemia where We're going to be doing videos for them and putting them in front of people. And the main thing that we did with artists is, like we were saying before, like, it takes forever. Like, I'm going broke. I don't want to speak for you guys. I'm going broke trying to be an artist and trying to get slots. Because a lot of these guys, a lot of the people that are trying to do, like, performances and stuff are like, yeah, so you can perform for, like, $300 at my event. It's like, where do I get the $300 from? I just spent $400 at a studio session. I just spent $500 on promo, and I just spent over $1,200 on a music video.
Don't forget you gotta buy the bottle.
Oh, you got to buy the bottle. So where am I getting that $300 from? A lot of artists are getting this and are like, cool, so I have the product, but where do I show the product? We want to give artists a place to show the product where they can be in front of people, where they can bring heads out. And the dope thing is, so this is the basic, like a generalized version of the model, right? We have vendors there, right? The vendors make the money for the house, right? That's how that goes. Do you want to explain this, or should I? Okay. If I fuck up at all, back me up. So the vendors pay the house, right? Now the artists come out, they bring 2 to 5 heads. Those heads help the vendors, right? So that'll pay them. Exactly. It's a what is it? Environment? It's an ecosystem. That's
the
word.
ecosystem, but this is the way I call it. It's a generalized union, if you see it as.
Bingo.
Because it's like this. My goal actually is to have 4 studios partnership with us on purpose, because we want to actually all these artists to feel like they're celebrities. We want artists to actually get what they need. We want them to feel like they could afford everything at once, actually.
And also not sign their lives away to a record company or a label where they feel like their last option is a 360 deal, or they feel like they got to make $2 million back to a label that's putting interest on their name. We want artists to be able to live a life, have a fan base, be successful, but be independent. Like Prince always spoke about this. A lot of the great artists have spoken about this, where they get screwed over by the business model. The business model doesn't work. Tell me why, dude. I was looking at the numbers on Uzi's model on Uzi's album this past week, right? Tell me how on Spotify, right? He has full backing. And this is another thing that eventually we're going to get into. Tell me why one of his songs got like 68 million, right? Or no, let me pull the numbers. It's like it got 12 million streams. He got 60 something K back, right? 60. How does that number work?
Payment?
Yeah.
Payment?
It was on rep. So he's earning 0.003 to 5 cents per stream. So artists aren't even able to make money off their product anymore. So we have nothing to finance our careers. When we put out the product that we spent $2,000 on, we put it out into the world to earn legitimately less than pennies back.
Yeah.
So how the heck do you expect me to do this for 8 years and fund my career? So we're trying to give artists the availability to go independent so they don't have to be in this drowning scenario.
And also teach them other ways to actually build up a better wealth. So like, let's just say like right now, with the industry we're in right now, our goal actually is to also grow another strain, but also go with another of their genre actually. So like, say if like you do like screamo rap, we're gonna try to find a strain that actually is gonna keep everybody up actually on purpose.
Gonna correlate like perfectly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we're trying, like we wanna, like we didn't even start yet on purpose because we literally want to focus on the vendors and focus on the artists. Just literally
Build that ecosystem first, and then we're gonna go off. But do you want me to go more into what you're saying?
Can I jump in real quick?
100%.
Just a question about the environment, setting up the artists, the vendors. What else are you going to be having to make it stand out and give that value to the artist? Are you going to get the TikTokers? Are you going to get the people, the audience in the door?
We're going to have TikTokers.
What's the play?
Oh, explain the people that we already have running with us that like our idea, because that's going to really factor into
Oh,
it.
actually, shout out to DJ K Dev, actually.
100%.
Shout out K-Dev, big time.
She's phenomenal, bro.
Bro, great person, great, like everything. She literally is, I told her to come out one night, and my friend Paul, she got her to come out, and literally, I kid you not, probably the best thing ever, because they both saw the potential. They both literally were like, yo, you guys are on to something even bigger than that. Because first off, I already was learning from going to these parties that celebrities were already out here. Shout out to King of Long Island too, because he was putting me on game at the moment. He introduced me to a few people he was showing me like, this is actually kind of how we throw the party. This is actually how we kind of do those little things. And I was like, okay, that's good to know actually, because this is when I just started like with Gorilla Grabber. I'm still with them, love them to death. Thank you so much, guys, for actually even putting me on game in the first place. And I kid you not, probably right now, because of both of them, and DJ K-Dev and my friend Paul.
Well, explain Paul's background, because Paul is important too, you know?
Paul, shoot, there's a lot of things I could explain about Paul, but he's like literally like one of the greatest people, I think. Like to me, he's like a mentor, actually, because that man really put me on game about not just like how to go about the city, how to go about like Long Island in general. He really showed me like
ropes. And like the cool thing is like we know from Paul, like from what we see in person, like he is about the community. Like you go out to Queens, shout out to his amazing tournament. What's the name of his tournaments in Queens? The youth tournaments that he has, because those are freaking phenomenal to watch, dude.
For like sports?
Dude, he sets up basketball youth tournaments in the city. We literally were just out there shooting for him.
Let me know next time you go.
100%.
We literally do it
every
Sunday. We literally do it every Sunday.
Oh, I'm there, bro.
Phenomenal.
Actually, it's funny because just recently, he got me to start coming out there more. The kids wanted me to be the coach now. So they literally text me like, coach now recently, and I'm just like, recently I've just been feeling more like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I feel more like a person actually. Cause
yeah, bro.
Like, now I'm starting to see like, I'm starting to make a little bit of a difference. I'm starting to see that like
the community
is actually starting to come together a little bit more. And I actually want to do something for the kids too.
100%.
There's a lot.
That's my biggest thing too, man.
I honestly like. There's a lot of things like there's still lack of like schools I'm not teaching till this day. And I moved around from Atlanta to New York, and I bounced around a lot. So it's like I could sit here and tell you right now, we really do lack of like
community. We lack community, and it's killing us.
Not even just community, to be honest with you. We lack of just learning about like everybody else is just a person too.
Yeah.
Right.
But we also lack of like just judging. That's the biggest thing I feel like, because everybody just don't judge a book by its cover, because there's so much talent. Just like, I mean, I'm gonna say like
I got a perfect example of just don't judge the book by its cover. You played me that song earlier.
I was just about to say. That's what I was literally about to say.
What do you think this guy looks like? I said skinny dude, probably looks just like me, probably. Opposite. Fat dude, blue hair. No offense to whoever, but you know what I mean.
No, literally.
He's one of the most talented, and he does that all in his house.
Crazy, bro.
Dude,
he's so talented.
Crazy hours. He works crazy hours, and he's so nice, bro. He's so nice.
One of the nicest people.
He's also loyal. He's respectful.
And his boy Will Doe, too.
Will Doe is phenomenal too, dude. Even at X-Plays is phenomenal. All three of them, bro.
No, literally.
You guys been rolling around with some dope people, man.
Yeah,
you guys. I don't know how you connecting like.
Because listen, here's the thing: it's magnetism. Dope people attract dope people.
Yeah,
that's
so
just how it goes.
That's always been.
And it's the energy. And like the thing is, we really try to me and Darren try to cut out people with negative energy, or that have like, we see that will end up being a problem towards the community, because me and Darren, right or wrong, and we know like a lot of people like stand against this, and we've argued with our friends against this. We're community over money. The money will come after the community thrives, because if the community thrives, everybody makes money. Or you can be a dickhead and take over and take everyone's money and watch what's happening just continue to happen.
Then that whole community is gonna be on your head.
Yep.
Exactly. Plus, let's think about it like this too.
Change the narrative.
Exactly.
Let's think about it like this too. Anyway. Half of these artists are actually from Long Island too, anyway.
But they have to go to the city.
They feel like they have to.
Why?
That's what I'm saying. There's a demand. That's almost like a fake demand.
If you want my honest opinion, we lack of how can I say this? Culture.
Right.
We lack of like learning about cultures in schools. We lack about learning like each other in general. So like
dive into that a little more. Like, do you think there's a result of it?
Do you want me to give you an example?
I honestly, I got.
Do you think it's got? Do you think it's got like? Do you think it's got worse over time? Like the past 10 years, culture's been diving.
And
is there a cause and effect to it?
Social media.
Yeah, I think so
video games, social media. What?
Honestly, I could tell you like this. My first year just moving out here, back to New York. See, Georgia, I could tell you right now, I'm not even going to try to curse, but but it is so racist, bro.
Really?
It's so like I was out there for 11 years, like since I was 6 years old, and now since I'm 24, like I kid you not, I've been out here for 7 years now, and Long Island, it's I feel like it's like Georgia, but it's not like Georgia, if that makes sense. It's like
it's Georgia, but where Georgia is straight up front with you to your face, Long Island is more like I'll tell you behind your back.
No. They'll say it behind your back too, because they're nice about it. But at the same time, it's like it's gun law open. It's freelance. Like you could do whatever the fuck you want over there. Actually,
No.
Like sorry for my language, but I'm gonna say how it is. Like it's a GTA lobby over there. Actually, if you want my honest opinion, like you could do whatever you want, and some people could get away with it. At the end of the day, some people don't. But what I can tell you right now is the cops out there, mad strict, bro. Like. You could go 100 miles to pull you over. You could go to jail right now just because. And spend the night. Like, it's like that. That's how strict it is. And then to the KKK people, it's like, yo, they could be 10 minutes away from your house. And you won't even know. That's how it was for me growing up, too. Like, there was a lot of, like, they would go around in the trucks and stuff with the mask on, with the Confederate flag, name it. Burn, like, name it, it happened. Like, it's really crazy.
And someone has to stop this. Like someone has to start somewhere to end this.
And what we honestly have February once a year, but if you want my honest opinion, I feel like school should honestly start educating people more about the cultures in general, because we lack of communication. We lack as a community.
And the truth is, if the schools can't teach the kids, the community has to teach kids. But the problem is there's no community. So who's teaching the kids?
I think the parents have to.
Parents could do so much, but honestly,
the parents are also just as disassociated from the community.
I guess so, but
so
if the school ain't gonna do it, if the programs you're putting your kids into ain't gonna do it,
and then
they're the bottom line. The parents should be the first line.
What if they have no way to do it?
Yeah.
If you were never taught, you're dealing with a demographic that was brought up by MySpace, the start of social media. So the pool is already poisoned, so there has to be something to change.
So the decline in culture goes back further than 10 years then.
It goes
15, 20, 25.
100%.
Because we're talking now about like the start of it, like in general.
And if you really want to get even deeper and like into the conspiracy route, which is not really conspiracy anymore.
He's going to do this conspiracy route.
I got to.
This man always with his conspiracy.
Listen, I love it, bro. But it's at least it's not reptilian shit. I'll tell you that much. At least it's not. But here's the truth: is a government has more control over the people divided than together.
No, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. That's
that's not even a conspiracy theory.
Sure.
That's what's happened. And the social media has made that far easier. So as the government and as the internet has continued, the government knows the opposite. Dude, I would be willing to say the opposite of community is social media.
Yeah, I mean it.
So
it is.
So
you're
by
behind a screen.
Yeah.
Like,
So. But there's the truth. It's the
definition.
false sense of community.
Yeah.
It's the negative image. But the problem is we need to bring community back, because that's what makes art. That's what makes people. Bringing it back into the events that we're doing. Dude, I walk into these events. I'm dapping everybody up. Artists are coming back. They're saying, yo, what's up? Are we doing the open mic tonight? We got Truck Jules, a phenomenal artist from Queens that pulled up to a few of our shows. He's phenomenal, bro. He's one of Holly's friends at this
Funny
show.
dude too.
Nick Moody. I don't know you know Nick Moody,
Yeah,
bro. I've spoken to him about coming out. He's phenomenal, bro. And he's so sweet, and he's for the community and everything. We got a bunch of different artists that are like, you know what's really
down.
Yeah, but the cool thing is like
almost sacrifice a piece of them for the greater good.
And it's dope because like all it took was a little push. Like I'm not even saying like. Here's the thing is all it needed was a catalyst, like the idea of, you know, a group of people, and I'm not even just saying us, because it's not just us. It's never been just us. It's a group of people. It's not. We're not running the show. We're just talking on a podcast. It's a bunch of people, and the more that people see like it's possible, like you see these artists going like, oh fuck yeah, you're telling me like we can make this happen. All it needed was someone to be like, it's possible.
Yeah, like let's do it.
And now it's happening.
Yeah.
And honestly, all you needed was somebody with a similar mindset as you too, that actually understands like what you're trying to do. But like you guys are a little bit different. Like you guys kind of like could do the tweaks and everything else too, cause
same vision, different lanes.
Literally,
Right.
like that's the only way to explain it, honestly, because like some things you're not gonna like that they like, but guess what? Now you got a perk of actually like relaxing.
Yeah.
They could do it, and now you can actually like bang out other things, get things ahead of time. Like there's a lot of things that like we're trying to tell people, like, yo, at this point you might as well just create this little union thing on purpose,
Right.
because it's like there's no other.
The way to eat. Dude, we can all eat at the same table. We don't have to have separate tables. We can be in the same restaurant, all have different tables. Like
Literally. like nobody, like we're not here saying, yo, come work for us. No. We're literally saying, yo, do you just want to do a collab and actually try to get up? If you fuck with this collab, guess what? We could just do more collabs every so often then.
Yeah.
Because we're just trying to. Collaboration is one of the newest things that in the industry that people have been using more often too, and I've been noticing that.
And that's the one thing I will say though that is a good catalyst of social media because it allows people to connect. But again,
there's a limit.
There's a huge limit into it,
Yeah.
but like that's why I said you need somebody more like who thinks a lot like you, in a sense, or who understands you very well to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
And that could tell you how it is actually. Because if they can't even tell you how it is, how are you going to be successful then?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to be able to deal with your personal life and a business life?
Yeah.
Those are two different lives.
Yep.
So in a sense, the community would be checking each other.
Exactly.
It's like a self-governing body.
It's a whole circle. Everybody's getting paid in a circle.
Everybody's eating. Everybody gives a fuck about each other.
So you're not necessarily, like, you guys are talking about collabing, so it's not necessarily paying, like, if we go to collab, me and Darren, we're not paying each other. It's a partnership, but the result of that partnership
is what makes the money.
Should make money.
Exactly.
Split right back into our pockets one way or another anyway, just because of, like, what we are doing.
Why are we being selfish up front? Why am I telling you that I need $500 from you to collaborate to make money down the line?
I think people's hesitation in that area would be, what am I bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? Did I build my connects? What did you build? I think that's where people think, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I think that's where people get hung up.
But this is personally where we're trying to change that, because me, Darren, Holly, all the people that we're working with.
Holly sounds great, by the way. We've talked
Shout
about
out Holly.
She's the sweetest.
Shout out Holly.
Like,
she's,
her and her boyfriend.
And she is so smart, and she's been doing this for a minute, and she's taught me.
Is she your manager?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's just.
I met someone you were with.
She's an artist too, dude. She does painting and stuff. We're trying to have her come out and do her pieces of art and all that stuff for us too. You know, we had an artist at 2 events ago. He was phenomenal, dude. He was freaking awesome. He did like graffiti type stuff.
That's dope.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too. Once people
different
see,
guys. So we had 2 artists actually.
Yeah. Once people see, like, because that's the other thing too. People are so quick to, like, once they see something works, they jump on.
Of course.
Right. So like you're gonna have your beginning pioneers, and then you're gonna have
always
the
how it
people that
is.
will flock.
Oh, bro.
Of course.
So it's like,
but the
people
cool
will
thing-
flock to this if it's seen right. Like if I fucking saw, like I haven't seen an event where someone's doing live graffiti in a minute, and I know there are other people thinking that too. So if they see that, like, it's just shit that's possible.
That's why we're saying there's so much talent that goes back into the community that some people need to see.
I do want to get your thoughts on this. Like,
of course,
at some point, the bring it to the table thing where people get hung up. I want to get your full answer.
So here's the piece with that is, listen, we all have a lot of links. We have more links, but what we do is when an artist that doesn't have as many links, we give them the benefit of the doubt. What do we have to lose? Because here's the truth. It's like we have all these links. Our main focus, me and Darren's, is do you have like an art form that we feel would be something dope in the industry that the industry needs? When we listen to these artists, how good is your art?
Maybe you're not getting recognized now, but there's something there.
There's something there.
Like
why not put something that you would want to hear in the industry Like the artists that we work with, like, dude, I would listen to them all the time. Why? Because they don't have all the connects that we do, or why? Because, and I'm not saying that they do or don't, but why would I would be stupid not to give someone the benefit of the doubt like that, dude.
I feel you.
Like,
I'm the same. I think we're all the same way in this room.
Exactly. But that's all, again, why we work so well with you guys, is because you guys also get it. We wouldn't be doing this podcast if we didn't think that, like, you guys fucking get it. Like, you understand the importance of what this is. And the cool thing is, as you were saying, when it comes to, like, people can flock on, it's not a club. You can just flock on. You can just be a part of it, bro.
And that's the other thing where people are gonna be like, wait, what? Like,
you don't need to. I don't need to pay.
That's it. Like, I'm just gonna
you
come.
dead just walk in. You dead like you could walk in and dead end up getting a haircut. You could dead walk in and end up like literally
just support the vendors. Just
like,
spread the vendors. Spread the word of everybody. If you're not buying stuff, take a card. Follow them on your social media.
Go throw an axe outside. For
I was about to say, last time you guys were here, you're showing us the video. There's graffiti going on. There's artists performing. There's axe throwing. There's a bar.
Darts.
You can go play poker in there too while smoking. Like there's literally
man,
just
that place looks insane.
Yeah, bro. Just
like there's a lot of things we're literally trying.
And think about it. You get the videographers and the photographers in there, and then that's great marketing. That's
right there. Yeah.
We have videographers and photographers. It's phenomenal. And you know what's dope, dude, is like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the 90s and the early 2000s. You remember when you were a kid and you got to go outside and ride a bike and then you'd meet up with a bunch of people at some point and you'd just be like fucking around doing like a bunch of stuff?
Yeah.
That's what these are. It's like you come to this spot, wherever we're going, there's going to be music. Yeah, if you want to perform in front of a bunch of people, go perform. If you're going to be doing haircuts, if you want to be a vendor, and we're expanding, you know, like I have people in Rhode Island and Boston that I care very deeply. My cousin Duke that I've spoken about on this podcast, he's for it.
But back to the place, axe throwing artist.
Fantastic.
Everything. Great fucking place.
Yeah. And then Big Soup is phenomenal.
Big Soup.
Soup's the man.
Let me tell you guys, Big Soup is obviously one of our close artists that we love beyond compare, bro. He's the
goofiest motherfucker I think I've ever met. Big
he
as hell
is,
for no reason.
He is the going back to what you were saying about artists, about believing in art. You remember how we were talking about like an artist that doesn't really have like the foundation, but you believe in them?
Yep.
Big Soup. That is the perfect example. That guy has the ability to be New York City's next 50 Cent.
Just the way his
ability to be the Nas, the Jada Kids.
Mannerisms very much so. Give that.
He could be, if you do it right, he could be the next Wu-Tang Clan in general.
He can, dude. He has that. And that, it would be, again, dumb for us not to give him a platform, dude. Are you serious? I want to hear that in rap so bad. And I want to hear all of that.
Think about it like this, too. You got the city. Everybody's already tuning in with the music. And then if everybody's born in the city, they know Long Island, but they will go where? To the Hamptons, really. Yeah. So we're right in the middle, low key. Why not create the middle?
If we could find that thing that makes them do that pit stop.
Exactly. And even so, we can expand. Like, we don't even have to just be in one area. What if we have an event in the Hamptons? What if we have an event in Bayshore? What if we're having one in Queens in August, on August 12th? Like, if you guys want to pop out, I don't know what the camera but if you guys want to pop out, August 12th is going to be phenomenal. I know Holly's going for live art.
Oh, yeah, it's on Eventbrite, by the way. It's going to be in the links on the bio.
100%. And then we got all that shit. But that's going to be... It's going to be awesome. And, like, I know you guys, but we're going to have a thing where we're going to live stream with you guys during your event so we have a cross because we also want to promote you guys. That's the whole thing. Everybody supports everybody, bro.
Like I said, it's a whole union thing I'm trying to create on purpose because our goal is to actually make these artists feel like they can hop around. Especially, I want artists from Queens, for God's sakes, to start coming out here because we need to start letting people know. Yo, half of these artists that you guys are listening to is actually from Long Island, and their cousins live out here, too.
Most of Wu-Tang from Long Island. ASAP Fable or Aesop, Long Island.
Lil Tecca,
Long Island. 24 Karat Golden or 24 Golden? Long Island. Zillakami, Long Island. Lil Peep, Long Island. Cage, Long Island.
Like, we can keep going.
And you can go back in the day.
But where did you all hear they're from? Where did you all hear they're from?
Oh, Queens, the city.
Guess what?
Anywhere but Long Island.
Exactly. Guess what Queens is?
Long Island.
Guess what Brooklyn is?
Long Island.
It's not that far. I used to live in Freeport as a kid. 25-minute drive, not
Run
even.
DMC from Freeport.
Exactly, dude. Daryl, by the way, Daryl from Run DMC is one of the dopest dudes I've ever met, bro.
Dude, that my grandpa, rest in peace, my mom's dad, he insured Run DMC. Like they would.
Grandpa Frank?
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Oh, no way.
The office. Who's the main dude?
Dude,
like
phenomenal people.
I forget
They
which
were
one.
a terrific group.
Dude,
for real.
let me tell you, the conversation that I had with Daryl from Run DMC is probably why I'm at where I'm at now. I met Daryl from Run DMC, and it was at some like con or something, And I had questions to him. I went up to him, probably in a similar situation. I went up to him, obviously. He's fucking Darren. I'm running MC. He's at a con, right? And I go up to him. He's doing something. I'll go, listen, dog, I'm an upcoming artist. What advice would you give me? He literally goes to his manager, goes, give me 30 minutes. Stops doing what he's doing and just talks to me. Yeah. Just, dude, he didn't have to do that. Like, no, and that was like one of those things where it's like, that's a perfect example of like, let me help my community.
Going an extra step.
And that's building culture.
Exactly.
Right. That's what we ties right back in.
Exactly. Yeah, and he goes to me and I'm like, what would you say to do? He says, well, it depends. Do you want to make money or do you want to be remembered?
Wow.
And I was like, obvious, like I want to be remembered. And he's like, do something different and push it until it's big. And it's gonna be hard, and you're gonna spend a lot of nights up, and you're gonna have a tough time. You're gonna have a really tough time, and it's gonna eat at you. Yeah. But if you believe in it, and it's different than something that you've ever seen, do it. It's worth it. And that's really that's the nectar, like this. And that's what he did. And dude, I always remember that, dude. I was dressed up like L from Death Note, bro. And this guy is talking to me.
That's so fire.
I really think you took his words and you really brought it to life, because I don't know if you spoke on this yet, but the clip trap.
Oh, I love clip trap. Yeah,
you really are.
Clip trap
pushing that.
That's something to do with bringing to the table soon.
Clip trap is also a dope thing for community, because the thing about clip trap is like a 2-minute, 2 to 2:30, 3-minute song that has a bunch of different vibes and beats that flows through it. If you guys want to check out like a consolidated version of it, Get Them is out now on Spotify, and it kind of has that vibe. And then I'm coming out with another project that really like is dope. Like I have a song I'll show you guys. It has me on a pop punk, and then it blends into an R&B pop piece where I had Duke Washington, my older cousin, like why I'm here kind of deal. Yeah. And then I go into a metal track, all in one track. He had his own place to kill his own piece, and then move on. And like with this type of beat, like you can do a boom bap, you can do a pop punk, then you can but there's a certain fluid motion to it that you have to do it. And the cool thing is, the reason I like it so much, and this is why I've been explaining, people are like, why is it one beat and then another? I don't get it. It puts the artist back onto being the backbone. If you are a good lyricist, you can tell a real story throughout 3 beats. It's so overproduced that it goes back to being underproduced, and the artist has to be the driving force again.
Right.
Because if the artist doesn't know how to do these transitions between beats, shit's gonna flop.
Yeah.
And it's more of a challenge, basically. So we actually want you guys to have a challenge coming up too, because we want to see if you guys are actually really
about what you're saying. Are you really talented? Can you really do that shit? I know the artists that we're running
strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, can you see eye to eye with us? Like, can you, like if you want to do something like that, it's like
it's testing your mental,
and it's also like we as people that like love the artists that we work with, we want to see them get outside of what they're used to. Like I remember going to PsyOp and being like, "Yo, if we do a song together, it's not going to be in your comfort zone. You know that?" And he's like, "I don't want it to be." I was like, "There you go, there you go. That's what I want to hear. That's the answer, bro." He's like, "I want to do some like trap metal shit." I'm like, "There you fucking go. You know what you're talking about."
And honestly, best part is, I kid you not, I can sit here and tell you right now, this dude right here, kid you not, he was talking about this with my boy Paul, actually, and he actually showed Paul a beat. And Paul sat there for a minute when I showed him, because I forgot to tell him ahead of time the type of beats he's on, because we were working last time, and honestly, he was upstairs trying to show Paul a beat. This man Paul was knocked.
It was at one of the events, bro. I'm in the attic cooking, like where there's like the studio spot. Yeah.
He was knocked in my car while I was going home.
Dude, I got right to the end of the beat, and I'm like, "Where's Paul?" And he's like, "Home." I'm like, "What?" Where the fuck did he go?
And then I forgot which day it was, but I showed him the beat when he finished it, and when we were driving, he was just sitting there for a minute, like, "Yo, I like this, bro. This is different, actually." Because I sat there, I told him, I told him to kind of switch it up a little bit, because I know you're more into like the rap flow, more like into other sceneries. He goes, "All right, word." Max, this man sat there for what, I think 30 minutes. And texted like 90, like 30 minutes, and then calls me back while I'm with him. Still goes, I got something.
Yeah, that view was
Dude
fire.
hits me with the Lil Wayne sample. I go, wow.
Wow.
Like I literally.
I'll have to show you guys that
Yeah,
beat.
show me that.
I want to ask where that the whole clip trap thoughts came from, where it initiated or originated.
You know, it's wild. It has inspirations in rap that already exists. You know, like it's weird to talk about because artists have done it before. It's
We've
just
talked about it a little bit, but I want the people watching.
Oh yeah,
to get
100%. So like, so a few albums that like got me into the idea where it works was first off like Kanye, dude, father of Life of Pablo, father, stretch my hands. That transition, I was like, oh wait, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part.
And I'm sorry for cutting you off, but this is why I'm telling all these artists is that you need to start working with us too, because Kanye West, if you even just listen to his music and look at actually what he did as a producer, man's phenomenal.
Bro,
He's a genius.
No. He's on a different realm.
Different realm than everybody. Like this man connected with all types of musicians.
Sonically.
Everywhere. Like it doesn't even matter.
100%.
Even at his own church, this man would be having people going crazy just by sitting
Sunday
there.
services.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Where he just brings out the beat pad and everybody's just bopping.
That
Tell me
last
who else
vid-
is doing that.
Like literally, that last video he had, like you literally saw like what 5,000, 10,000 people there literally dancing off their mind, and he's just there smiling, just doing what he loves the best.
Bro. And guess
Beautiful,
what?
Man.
Everybody, that's community.
Yeah.
That's what that does. Everybody's vibing. But so Kanye West. Childish Gambino because of the internet. If you listen to the back half is just dude, I love Gambino. Yeah. Like, dude, because of the internet, like people sleep on that shit.
Brilliant artist.
Dude,
shout out to my
Gambino's
friend Momo.
Fucking icon.
Shout out to my friend Momo actually from 8th grade. He actually showed me Childish Gambino, and believe it or not, this man got the whole school going crazy for it.
Dude, Childish Gambino is like
around that same time period. My older brother Mike got me into Gambino. That was one of his biggest favorite artists at the time.
He's phenomenal, bro. Yeah, he's so smart.
What is it? What's the? I'm not overly into it, but back then I listened to it a good amount. Summer Camp.
Oh, Camp.
Oh my God.
Camp was phenomenal.
Dude,
Bar-wise.
that's actually the first song he put me on to, and then he put me on to
Childish Gambino, homegirl dropping like the Nasdaq, boobs, white girls like this coke up
but
my
the whole
ass
project. What was the project name?
Camp.
Oh, that's
There's Camp, and then they did the Camp EP. Or he did the Camp EP, and by the way, his second man in command is phenomenal. What's it?
I forgot his name.
Ludwig.
Bro.
Ludwig, dude, him and Ludwig together. But so Childish Gambino, Kanye. Some of the, you know, it's really funny. Some of the transitions really have a lot of Kid Cudi to them.
Like Doom.
Doom.
MF Doom.
Oh, MF
Oh,
Doom.
I'm so happy you said MF Doom.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
But also, like, dude, think about it. Like, I'll give you guys another example. What's some of the most watched videos on Sway in the Morning?
You don't got the answer, Sway.
Well, yes. But beat-wise, like freestyle-wise, what are some of the most watched videos? Five Fingers of Death.
Yeah, what artists on that, or like
Five Fingers of Death is essentially what?
Just yeah.
Yeah, pretty much clip trap. Oh shit,
dude, that's why people love it.
Yo, it's a less smooth version of your clip trap.
100%.
Exactly.
People already digest it on a mega scale.
Yeah.
How much do you love Five Fingers of Death?
That shit's crazy. I love it because you get a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Artists get to show off all their different faces.
It's literally
on
just
one
showing
track.
the artist's versatility.
Boom. And what's the biggest thing in culture right now?
And rap battles have been going on for a while now too. They've been coming back, even on that Caffeine. I've been watching it too.
So that's the goal.
So we want to see if half of these artists actually could rap. Actually,
yeah. And what if clip trap is more than one genre? Can you rock that?
Can you? Yeah.
Can you do it? Because I can tell you, bro, my clip trap, I go punk, then I'll go rap, then I'll go dubstep, then I'll go metal. Then, dude, it's Lego pieces, bro. You get to design your own house, like with the pieces that you put. And the dope thing that I want to get into is after I'm done with a bunch of projects, what I want to do is I want to release all the different clips and see if people can rearrange the clips.
Like stems, like you
not
can,
like stems, like pieces. You know how each song is 3 pieces?
Yeah, but like that's what I mean. Like remove the 3 tracks and let them
rearrange it to tell a different story.
That's sick.
And then that would be their mix.
Yeah, like that's you thinking outside the box, man.
It's community type deals because then you can get the community involved. Tell your favorite story with my clip trap. Make it a dubstep remix.
Yeah.
Add your own production to it. Figure out new transitions. It opens up a whole new avenue that we haven't touched on yet.
And it makes producers even sit there for like 6 to 8 hours again, actually, to want to learn how to actually get.
I was gonna say, I think that would really spark the inspiration to build out that genre.
Exactly.
What's it gonna do if only 5 people are doing it and they're not giving up the sauce?
Let me tell you one thing, dude. I want to give up all the sauce because as a producer for a long time, what?
Say pause.
Is that a pause?
It's a half pause, bro.
all right, half pause.
It's a half pause. But like the whole thing
you're
is like,
wild, bro.
Yo, I blame my cousins, bro.
Dude, yeah,
we need Mac
Ralph.
right here, the pause police. Darren's the pause police.
As a producer, you know, one of the most boring fucking things that I think of now is when I make, because how I produce is I'll make like the chorus first, I'll layer it so it's the chorus, and then I'll build out from the intro to the verse, take out a little, obviously the intro has the least amount from the instruments, then the verse has like a little more interested, guided in to move into the chorus. And then I'm done with the beat, essentially. I'm bored as fuck. And then I just copy. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And then the cool thing about Clip Trap is I can't loop anymore.
Because it's different fucking.
Every 30 seconds, every 30 to 45 seconds, you have to do something different. So, like, I no longer have the ability to loop, which as an artist has helped me because now I got to make a beat that's the same key or maybe a different key. If I do the transition well enough with a different tempo, I can change the tempo.
Yeah.
I can change the feel. I now have the ability to almost make a classical music song. You know how there's the different transitions in it?
Yeah.
That's that.
Like the structure is almost
That's actually
identical.
To me, I feel like that's probably one of the hardest things as a producer and an artist too. The transitions.
It is, and you need them, and like especially now, like it's just like you hear all these beat switches, the beat changing.
Travis Scott, Travis Scott, honestly, is one of the first people.
100%, bro.
Future does it all the time now. Thug does it all the time now.
But what if you do it even more?
Yeah, no, exactly.
What if you take the thing that the people like and be like, this is it, really?
Shove it that, like dead ass.
Like take the rap genre and actually create like a whole.
I can tell you the moment in the music industry where I was like, okay, this needs to happen. Because there was a moment where I started to make the clip trap, and then there was a moment where I was like, all right, no, this needs to happen now. I love Jack Harlow. I do. I think he's talented as fuck. His new project.
I didn't even listen to it.
Dude, every single beat sounds the same for 12 tracks,
Oh,
dog.
no.
Every single, it's got some R&B sample, and then it's got similar trap drums. And you know he's killing the verses, like "Gang Gang Gang" is fucking phenomenal. Where he told the story, but like I'm not trying to.
It's not gonna reach that full.
Well, know how to get him started. Actually, start talking about drill beats in New York in general.
No, that's with you. I can't stand you and your fucking stupid drill shit, bro. Fuck. Dude, he'll hit me up with a track and be like, my favorite thing is Darren will hit me up and be like, yo, check this heat out. Tell me what you think. I'm like, it sounds the same as the last thing you sent me. Why? What are you talking about? He's like, this one's different though. I'm like, how? He's like, they used a different sample. I'm like, wow. Like, you mean it's just Pop Smoke drums with a different sample? Exactly. Same bass. He's like, but how he flows on it. Hudda 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 dudda 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 hudda.
Hell, Dad call me every time and Dad go, hubbla.
Darren, listen to different music, Darren.
Making drill beats are fun though.
But
making drill beats are dope, but how
it does get old.
Yeah,
no, it does get old. Oh no, I just like messing with him too though at one point.
Bro, he sent me a drill beat with an Evanescence sample. I'm like, what are we doing?
I literally be finding something just to mess with him at one point.
Dude, fuck it.
And he gets so annoyed actually.
You're expecting like you don't even before you open that shit. You're like, fuck, man.
Dude, I'm like, I already hear what I'm gonna listen to prior to opening it up. It just sinks. Like, bro, something different. Come on, bro. Like.
But then if I'm on Instagram, I'll actually would send him actual things. And sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most of the time, will just be something funny, honestly.
Yeah, dude,
MX, is there anybody in the drill scene that you would give approval to? You're like, yo, you are doing a little different. Or is it kind of like blanketed? It's all the same.
I already know the answer that you're gonna give me. Us.
Zillakami does drill. Sauce Moolah does drill. Bones does drill. They do it different. It's trap metal, but it's drill.
There you go.
So then, yeah.
Pop Smoke, when he was alive, did different, but now everybody's following him. Dude, you know who also, even though he was absolutely out of his mind, that I like this drill? King Von. King
drill shit?
He did. Wasn't his crazy story?
Crazy story was a true story, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh, he's doing something different. Same flow. Don't get me wrong. Same type of beat.
But his story was actually like different compared to most people.
I was like, oh, cool. Word.
Something. Like the messaging.
Like it actually, his message actually hit. Plus his flow.
I loved his stories, bro. His stories were out of this. There was something different, and it's just like, you know, like every once in a while you'll have someone that does something different. But I mean, most of it, if we're talking about most of it, fucking no.
Yeah.
Fucking no. There's no difference, dude. It's everybody's trying to get money off of music now. So what's the easiest thing to do? Just repeat the last guy's flow and repeat the last guy's beat, and then maybe your song will hit because you'll have some controversial lyric about some lady or something like that you never met.
No, don't start talking about that. We already left last month.
What? What?
With Ralph and everything.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that, dude.
It's just in general.
It's just you're gonna say something wild, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's fucking awesome," and then that song's gonna be
for 30 days.
I don't even.
So I want to,
dude. It's a perfect example. Munch.
Oh my god.
What the fuck did she do different in that beat besides say you a munch?
And now, if you listen to all the female drill rappers,
all sound
it's
like
fucking,
that, bro.
It's fucked.
I love female rappers. Don't get me wrong.
Me too, bro.
Do something different.
Wait. I will say one thing.
Nope. If you're about to tell me an artist, we're gonna listen before you tell. Don't do this to me, Darren. Don't say something stupid.
I will say something stupid.
What do you chalk that up to, though? Do you think it's like artists they're just going after it because the demand's there in the moment? It's like, this is what the people are.
Yes, and I think that the record label
people follow shit, man.
I really think that the record label is not standing against it because it makes them the most money if it has a simple equation. Because they're looking for money. Like, it's a simple equation. What? Beat plus same verse equals money?
Same personality, keep going with
You're
it too.
legitimately putting more money into the human being and how they act in public than the music. Like, who's the chick that sings Munch?
Ice Spice.
She looks like fucking Annie.
That was just me.
Bro, it's character creation, bro. And then you just put all your money into the character. It's Annie with a fat ass, bro. That's Annie with a fat ass. Dude, it's Drake is Daddy Warbucks in this equation, bro.
Wow, that was crazy. Andy with the fat ass is crazy.
Dude, new nickname for her. But she's talking about Munch and shit, and it's just like, bro, like, that's what you're putting money into. That's why it works.
To make, and it's fucking, they're dumb.
Yeah.
So is that the artist being?
That's the artist
not
going.
lazy. It's kind of smart because that's what the industry is at this moment.
Yeah, but
they're almost getting taken advantage of. Almost,
yes,
though, and they don't even know it.
Exactly. It's the artist going, oh, let me figure out how to get famous and make money because the famous life seems easy, and it is smart until you sign yourself over, and then
you're gone in a year. Because the thing switched
and shelved, and you're trapped to money.
Yeah.
So like, and also by doing that, it's funny. You will make money, but that's a selfish equation because what you're doing is you're actually putting the community and culture below you and just taking the dollar.
100%.
Because if you wanted to really change the culture, you'd be making different music than hunama 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 hunaba hunaba shitaba hunama.
Also, a lot of the messaging going back to drill is like we all get that. So it's like that.
Listen, the messaging is always going to be the messaging.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, dude. Like
But the fact that everybody's doing it and that became the biggest thing.
Dude, I mean, listen, I love Eminem. Same shit happened with Eminem. We can't go down to the messaging. Like,
I guess that's
Yeah, dude, he was talking about he was talking about killing his mom and killing his wife, and then all the white people were like, we can fucking rap about killing our moms and wives, and then they fucking did that for 5 years. Like, the messaging will always be the messaging. And like the thing is, people have a sick fascination with death and drugs and sin and all the bad shit. We just do. We have a wiring towards it. So, and also, like, I can't speak against messaging because I don't know if you guys have listened to my music.
No, I'm not against. I'm not against messaging, but I see the industry pushing something that's negative, hurting communities.
Yes.
In the real time.
Yes.
It's not like, oh,
they're hurting.
They're telling them do this and that, and there's no real repercussion right now. It's like drill music's getting people fucking shot.
Oh, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like there's
sure.
real
That's
life
the younger
repercussions.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That's where it comes down to. It's like, is the industry pushing something that's a net?
Do you want me to be honest with you? The industry is so evil that they don't even give a fuck about that. They're concerned with the money. They don't care about the message. The message is collateral.
That's the dirty part.
That's the dirty part. I wish they had dude, it would honestly
if they had
be
any
less,
sort of a conscience.
Yeah. I wish it would be like it would be less evil if they took it into account, but they don't because the money is what's talking to them. Oh shit. Talking about bingo. And that's why what we're doing is important, guys.
Don't be fucked over. Join the group.
Yeah.
We're just trying to help you guys join the union, basically.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And literally it's like entertainment. Like really, it's I would like to consider it like a dream union. Like it's really like, do you want to
believers, with the common goal?
Because it's about time. Like, dude, we're
Culture.
being fucked on our paychecks. We're being fucked in our money. We're being fucked in our life. We really don't have a demographic that can have a dream anymore unless you make over $400,000, maybe.
Plus, let's just say this too. I'm a Haitian Dominican descendant, basically. So it's like I want to bring back the culture, like I said, anyway. Like, let's actually like.
And let's be honest, if we fix the
down to the
culture now,
roots.
it's gonna help the kids.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's, bro, my biggest fucking thing is the youth, bro. I'm like, they're
scared. I'm scared for them because
not.
they're growing up in a world where having a dream is almost like.
No,
think
they're
it's
growing, up,
far-fetched.
they're growing up in a world of hate. Almost.
Yeah.
It's like a cycle that's returning.
But the
kinda.
brain, I 100% agree. But the brain is weird, where like you can teach it certain things. So if you can teach
It's
hope.
It's
If
one
you
of
can
those.
teach belief.
If you can teach belief and hope, and like that's what like I that's where I think like the change lays and whatnot.
100%. And if we can, like those youth basketball tournaments are freaking awesome.
So
like
dope, dude.
Paul's, and it's like that's like the whole thing is like, dude, we're gonna do events. We're gonna eventually get to events where like kids can do like kids younger than 18 and up, because we don't 18 and up can like perform their music and do their thing, so they can get out and feel like they're heard, and they can get videos and photos to take back to their parents to be like, yo, we're actually like and it's not even like what we're doing on all aspects is gonna be the game changer, but it pushes hope.
Right.
And that's all we can really do. Sometimes it will be the game changer. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we'll be able to, make a move and help someone where like it does pop them up. But at least, you get a video or a photo of a bunch of people rocking out to your music and you go, oh, that's why I do this.
That's why I do this shit.
This is why I do this shit.
I would even argue that little bit of hope that you provide can change a whole career in life, because your family might not support you making music until they see that one video of you doing your thing.
Yep.
And then the
so
community
it's like when you get your
supports
family supporting you, your whole confidence is changing. Your
Everything
whole
Changes
entire
completely once
you
your
walk
family-
different, you talk different. You're,
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
dude.
It's
because
like,
you actually have that support now after a while, because it's like all this work that you put in.
so if
all
you
this
could just put
thought,
people in some
cry,
situations
everything.
and give them some opportunities to really
Takes
get
a long
that.
time.
Don't
Yeah.
gotta be the thing that gets them that record deal, but just give them a little
Yeah.
push. Give them a little.
Yeah.
Be a
Give 'em a
catalyst.
push.
We need more
The
of that.
catalyst is the most important. I love that term. You know catalyst in science?
Yeah,
I
like
know catalyst.
they
Yeah,
form.
it's a reaction.
Yeah,
It's the reaction.
Yeah, like what makes it.
That's
the
what we
reaction,
have
yeah.
to be.
We have to.
We
be
have to be the catalyst.
Literally, we have to be the people that helps you guys get that reaction that you guys need in order to even get the sound that we actually want in the first place. So it's like at the end of the day, we scratching your back, you're scratching our back, and we also scratching
Everybody, yeah.
around that who actually does their profession in general.
Right.
Because not only we're doing that for all the customers, for everybody that wants to walk in, basically. Now all the vendors, everybody's
Yeah, and also the artists are going to make friends with vendors, and that's going to help the vendors' business, and the artists, if they blow up, can put money into the vendors, and
Right
everybody. It's an ecosystem of everybody being able to do whatever the fuck they want, bro. That's why we were put here, and we were put in like a weird confined cage at this point. Where that's where we're at. But what if you have the ability to take the cage down?
Yeah.
And if
Good
we look
fucking
across
analogy.
Long Island as it is right now, how many spots are there to really do what you guys are doing or setting up.
More now.
Recently, we've been seeing more people actually started doing it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
once
even
we
like
would go there, we got connects. We have a bunch of connects. We have connects from Bohemia. We have one in Queens. You got one in the Hamptons.
Oh, yeah.
We got one in the
But
Hamptons.
you were working your ass off trying to find this shit.
Oh, dude, Darren
Yeah,
doesn't
that's a great
sleep.
point, man.
He doesn't
I don't
sleep.
even think you understand
Bro,
how long I've been.
He'll
going
text
up
me at
and
2 a.m.
out.
just got
That's
home,
what's
and then be like, I have to be up
Not
at
even
6.
2 a.m. Sometimes I'll be
4,
up like
5.
5 in the morning. I got work at like 7, or sometimes even then I'll be able to take off.
So that's
And-
kind of exactly it, because it's like it's few and far in between of what the level you guys want to put on, or it's an open mic. And I'm not hating on them; it's great.
Yeah.
But there's 5-10 people, and it's a slow build, but
Yep.
it's not going to be a catalyst. It's not going to be
Not yet. But the thing
You're
is,
not
for
you're
every
not able to get that videography where it's going to show
Well,
that people in the crowd.
here's the cool thing is like by what we've been doing promotion wise, and doing this, like the 21st this Friday, we have a lot of heads pulling up. We have for every artist, there's 2 to 5 people. We tell them 2 to 5 people just to go there. The vendors will make money. They'll be seen. They'll be happy. Everybody will make money. You get to perform. We might be shooting a video on the 21st for some guy. We're going to live stream the whole thing. And the more, listen, like the cool thing is because of what we're doing, artists just show up because support.
Right.
Like what you were talking about, like even if there's not a lot of people,
The vendors
every
themselves actually even bring people too.
dude, the vendors always live stream the artists. Like they care. They'll take pictures of the artists. So even if there's 5-10 people, and
I'm
there
not
hasn't been
knocking it.
actually, there's been more people
It's
recently.
been recently, like what?
We
Our
got-
first week was not even that long ago, and like I said, the second night we already started having more and more people.
And at that one spot, we had over 140 through the night, bro.
Yeah,
You remember
literally.
that?
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
So like,
Yeah, and I'm not knocking the
Oh, no,
small
of course,
things.
no,
I'm
no,
just
we
saying.
actually rather you guys, like I said, say the truth at the end of the day because we're
because
trying to
what if
grow.
and
Yeah,
if you say
exactly.
something like that, we can give you, we
Your
can
real rebuttal. You can give me your-
exactly, and
Exactly, like we're gonna say
'Cause
And
you're gonna
I'm
have
not
this-
coming from a place of
no, because you're
I
gonna have,
even thought. I'm just giving you the truth. It's like you pop out to Katie's in Smithtown, 5-10 people. You
100%.
Pop out to here.
Oh no,
and
exactly.
you're giving us the ideas that a lot of people are gonna have. Like that's the truth. Is like a lot of people are gonna ask that same question. 100%.
So we rather just tell you guys
Get
how
it out of the way now. Yeah.
Exactly.
We're
because
not
that-
gonna sit here.
You're
and
helping the community by asking these questions.
Say,
You
we're
know?
not gonna
Because
sit here.
it's the common thought.
Exactly.
No, because we're not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, we didn't have 10 people or even 5 people in the room just for somebody to sing." No,
Let's even just say the vendors. Let's just say the vendors are there. That's 20 people.
Yeah, that's sick.
yeah.
And those vendors all are a business, and their business has X amount of clients and relations.
100%.
Exactly.
And
So
then
when
let's
they
say
post
you
you,
bring.
they get posted.
Let's say you bring 3 people.
Yeah,
Now we're at 25.
25 people,
Now let's say another artist comes and brings 3 people.
28, 32, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes up.
And the dope thing is, dude, you just walk in. There's not a payment to get in, so your friends don't have to worry about doing that $10. Because let me tell you, one of the most annoying things is going to a place and they're like, "Oh, I can only take $10 in cash for a
And
ticket."
it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, I want to see my friend perform. I'm not trying to. So you get to
Happen to
perform
us.
for free, and the people just to come in and vibe. The main hangout because no one has any money. So why am I spending $10 to get into a place? You just come in.
Come in.
Best part is when you walk in, you see you see our table. You just literally write your name, phone number, email, and we do raffles. You get
So you also get a raffle. So
you get
it's
a
like-
J. Oh, you also get a free edible as you walk in too.
Instead of paying a cover at the door, go spend that $10 with a vendor.
Exactly.
Go get a beer at the bar. Support the business.
Exactly.
We even have a weed. Sometimes we even have a weed bar too. So
Yeah,
literally
so-
go get yourself a
Yeah,
weed drink.
go get
It's
a
Because we
joint.
really
100%
try
natural too.
Because the thing is, like, we as much as we do, we really try to stay away from alcohol due to what we were talking about before, the aggravation. Where like with weed,
Like that's why we have so many vendors. Like we're literally our goal actually is to even get a warehouse anyway because we want to actually have different
huge events
like we want music going on in different rooms at once.
with vendors, with artists,
Right in the
with
middle.
exhibits, with
'Cause-
producers popping off, with all this, with comedy. We met a girl that's interested in working with us. I have to show you these. She does custom painting on shoes and jackets and stuff. She did
I
this.
know her. Yeah, she's fucking
Kate
great.
Lee.
Bro, she's
Maybe
crazy.
she does
Yeah,
chic.
Katie,
Maybe not.
different girl.
Maybe not. She's out in closer to Hofstra.
Maybe
Maybe,
not.
maybe
but
She's
not.
an older.
Oh no, this.
No,
this
Oh,
girl.
so then there's 2 people.
2 people.
Dude, she did a pair of boondock shoes that I want so bad. And she also does like t-shirts and stuff. So it's not, if there's fashion people that want to get involved, like you have that one guy.
I have my cousin actually. Me and him been working on a fashion logo for a while anyway.
And then what's that other guy that you were talking to that gave you that dope Scarface shirt?
Oh yeah. Oh, shout out to Red Eyes, bro. That man, bro. That man
phenomenal merch.
And he's a phenomenal businessman.
He's
at the
smart
end
as
of the
hell.
day, too. When I very first met him anyway, too, me and we were talking for a minute about weed. We were talking for a minute about what I used to do with weed, too. This man showed me with his receipts, with pictures, with everything, before I even bought weed, that where he's getting it from. So it's like, to me, that's more professionalism compared to most people anyway.
And the cool thing is we learn from these people. So like that's something that we're going to end up doing because it
to me, honestly, this is what he says this. To me, I like to sell weed and all, bro, but I want to do something that actually puts an effect on somebody, too.
Yes.
Me having these T-shirts, I don't care if it's me bootlegging. I don't care if it's me doing any of this shit. It's just me getting my brand out so people could come to me and I could just show my business at the end of the day. So that right there was what got me to actually start wanting to sound my 10 toes down even more as a businessman and actually always say, all right, because I always tell people, oh, I have receipts for everything that I'm talking about, but this man right here really had the receipts for every strain that he bought.
Mm-hmm.
And and the
Freaking
farm
awesome.
and like how it's
Professional.
processed, like literally the whole 9 yards he has, like literally, even if he has, he even will show a log if he has to. Like this dude is such a genius. I kid you not. And I respect him so much just because of that. And I bought his T-shirt because they were just fire anyway. He was Benny the Butcher's album, actually.
He was on it, or he did it?
Oh, the Scarface one.
Oh.
The Scarface album cover.
Yeah.
He has that with, I wish I wore a shirt on.
Mhm.
I would have been wearing it right now.
That's fire.
He has like the T-shirts. He has the hoodies and stuff. And his logo's right in the back. Like, it's like.
And like the dope thing is like an artist, like a merch guy like that, when I get the money, I would put money into his shit. Like you also get to like put money into these different people.
Yeah.
That way they believe in you and you know, you earn the back end too. If
Right.
you work
Like
out
I
it.
said, it's
right.
a whole union thing that we're all trying to build because, I mean, like we all said, we all broke over here. You acting like everybody that looks at us right now like, oh, you guys got it like that. No, we do not. You know how much that, like,
But it would be so
I'm struggling every day.
I would love to, you know, make money off of whatever and then fund one of these guys' businesses. Fuck the enterprises and shit, dude. I want to put money into the people's businesses that I know. That way we make bread together. And I have to believe in your. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna, put money into bullshit.
You're not gonna burn money.
But
Even then, it's more like you're not gonna put the money where you don't see where the effort is either.
Yeah.
like I put
You gotta
money.
believe in the person. You gotta believe in the product,
Like
the brand, the
personally,
service.
I believe in this guy. I put money into his companies. I put money into multiple people's companies. At the end of the day, we're all gonna make money together. So like, what if this community also has a real environment where we all make money? What if a rapper comes through, does well, like I was saying, makes money, puts it into one of those guys, they rise together as a company and a rapper.
Like I said, now that goes into creating your own strain now. Because
They can work
think
together.
Now think about like this. Industries are not teaching artists how to actually keep momentum going with their money, endorsements, et cetera, et cetera. You have to be like a little baby, consistently making music like that. Because unfortunately, I'm not even trying to bash and not say it like that, but with the newer rappers right now dropping music, I kid you
kill
not,
them.
it kills all the other artists from making a real talent that takes more time.
Because people feel like they got to get shit out.
That actually is going to sound raw like
It's
how
content.
they are.
Yeah.
Because
Content over
some
quality.
people,
Right, yeah.
because some people could just
That's what
get,
it is.
some people could actually get stuff done quicker than some other people. Yes,
Me.
but at the same time,
30
unfortunately,
minutes, guys.
but some people have to take a little longer. For example, Skipper the Flipper actually. Skipper the Flipper, he actually has stuttering problems, but this man sounds phenomenal if you actually even hear one of his songs right now. And I grew up listening to him from when I was a kid. He was literally with me.
Skipper the Flipper, that's a fire name.
Bro, I kid you not. Very dude slept on. Like nobody, like if you literally sit there and watch his interviews too, dude is phenomenal. Actually, you'd be surprised. Like he's very like people person. Actually,
Hell yeah.
it's like those little things right there, I always paid attention to. So I feel like we gotta bring those back actually, but more into ground.
Yeah.
Because when I was in Atlanta, how the underground scenery was going on completely, like the underground scenery was just nuts. Like my brother would always tell me stories, or kid you not, some of the guys would just come over to the house actually, because my brother grew up with third cousins, and not third cousin, them themselves would just come to the house actually, which is weird. And it'd be funnier because he'll be throwing like rave parties, he'll be throwing like, name it, he threw it.
Yeah.
Like, name it, he threw it. I didn't have my mother around, so it was just my brother, my older brother, and then my dad. So whenever my dad would just go out for the night to go play music, because my dad was a bass player.
Oh, shit. That's fire.
So my brother would just be
so crazy.
back.
My dad was also a bass player.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude. My dad used to play CBGBs in punk bands.
Dropping the bass. Or what is it? Slap the bass and dropping the bass.
Nah, all I could say is my oldest brother, I could say he was like an influence in like for me for like starting like how to get better with the parts, what to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
Things because I would always, he would even tell you right now, I was out with him every fucking weekend, just doing dumb shit with him and his friends. And then this is how I learned how to get around, how to actually talk more. So I kind of already was getting used to it as a kid. And with that being said too, me living in the South Side, different cultural change too as a kid. So it's like I didn't understand that until recently, as I came back up here, because it was like, damn, everybody's so calm up here, but yeah, me, I just be angrily walking around for no reason, because everybody out there just be wanting to do, just testing you actually.
Yep.
So it's like, I mean, don't get it twisted. People would test you up here too. I'm not gonna say New York's off now. New York
Messing more than usual right now.
No. New York is mentally crazy. I'll tell you that right now. But if you want my honest opinion, Georgia's physically crazy.
Oh, yeah. Who are you talking to? Yeah, we know. We've seen the news, bro.
Like, I'm just going to say that now. From the culture aspect. So I learned from that culture aspect, I learned so much just in general. So it's like, that's what kind of made me want to influence out here more, kind of get the genre going out more, too. So it's like some of the guys, after they sit there talking to me after a minute, you don't have to like me. I don't give a fuck, but you're going to respect me because of what I'm telling you.
Right.
Because you already know what I'm saying from the beginning, because you know it makes sense, too. Because if you've been out there yourself, you will know damn well how the fuck it is out there, actually. Because you have to study each town where you go, because you don't know where you're going out there, actually. And, like, the music culture out there is so different. You could walk into a town, it could be a hip-hop town. You could walk into a town, kid you not, it could be a straight R&B town. You could walk into another town. Rock town. Like,
that's wild how separated it is.
Like, it's so separated.
They need to come
but
together.
Yet
and
it's
that's
so,
what we got to show.
Literally, it's so separated, but yet it's so together out there, too. I'm not going to sit here.
I see that from an artist base. Like, I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for about 8-10 months, whatever it was. And artists, they just come together. They connect. They split the studio time. They just did work. And they want to all make that.
It's crazier because as a kid, even shout out to my best friend Darren, because I used to go to the studio with him as a kid, actually. Mac Miller actually used to go to the studio where we used to go to. And the one day I didn't go out there.
Mac was there.
He was there. And that kills me till this day. Ever since that been killing me. It been killing me because like, damn, I could have met him as a kid.
Yeah, bro.
But like, just going to the studios out there, nuts. Like, you are gonna see every artist you think of, from like the hardest of the hard to the most.
You know what the crazy
shit.
thing is? Why isn't that happening in Long Island?
And that's why I said, I feel like, and now
like lacking a catalyst.
And now that's why, literally,
dude. Like,
being honest with you, Long Island has a way better setup for the music industry than Charlotte, North Carolina. There's way more studios. There's way more artists. There's way more producers. There's way more marketers. There's way more. There's more of everything. Where people are less connected.
There's so much over here that some people just don't take the time.
There just needs to connect.
But even outside of the city, Long Island itself, there's 50 studios.
There just needs to be someone to connect the dots. Like, dude, one of my favorite studios and some of my favorite people, first off, obviously here, but Studio 152 with Kotz and Louis Lou. Fantastic fucking people. Fantastic.
Shout out to
dude,
them,
Kotz, like, I say to this day, I would not be as good at production and audio at all, like light years behind, if I never met Kotz. Like Kotz, Kotz, I have to always give him his flowers. Like Kotz is the fucking man, bro. Kotz is the man, and he can rap his ass off too. So he understood both sides of where I was coming from when we were doing music together. Oh, and Uncle Pete, one of the dopest fucking guitar players ever. Like, but like artists should be going to these studios. Like, dude, always support your local studios. Why are we going to these big name studios? People have already done shit there. Bro. Like, why are we go?
But again, it's just back to the same shit. I don't mean to cut you off, bro.
Yeah, no, go for it.
It's back to the same shit, bro. They will flock. If they see people are there, they just want to follow it and flock. Quick. It's like an ant. Stop.
I would
the flock.
argue
Be a
that
leader.
you're less cared about when you go to that spot.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Same reason. It's like, yo, come to Sink or Swim. It's all about you.
It's
I'm not trying to do a straight plug right now, but I'm gonna plug it.
And 100. No,
it's
plug
all
it.
about
plug
you
it.
when you come here.
Yeah. And see, this is why I said I'm like handpicking certain studios on purpose
100%.
because me handpicking these studios, I could tell that you guys are actually more about the artists in general.
Yeah. And a lot of these studios, dude, my cousin tells me about lazy studios all the time, and I hate that shit. Like, for instance, if you go to a studio and you go in, and they're so well known that they're lackadaisical. I'll throw on this beat. Oh, let me just fucking record you. Like, we had Kid Cudi here yesterday. So I guess do what you want. Here's your guy that kind of knows what he's doing at the helm, and give it. You get great pictures and videos, but I would rather go to a studio like you guys. I know you guys on a basis. I know how you guys care about the artist. I know that you guys will give your input. I know that the product is going to be better if you go to these upcoming studios. Please.
The energy's
the best
different.
part, yeah.
You're
Exactly.
both hungry.
Right.
Go to a place that's hungry, bro. Don't go to a place that's already ate.
No, the byproduct of that is not going to be as strong.
Exactly. Because the biggest thing is, like I said, if I could get 4 studios to be working with me and we could actually get things circulating in the first place, now that gives artists granted to actually want to hop around, go see actually where they could actually feel more home, where they could actually like do anything, feel like it's possible for anything for them actually.
Right.
You're more likely to run into a big name artist at these other studios. Maybe it's a better networking opportunity, yada yada yada. But the quality of the music itself, the passion and the detail put into it is going to be way better here. But you might have a potential to run into Kirk Knight, and you got to produce.
I'll be honest with you. You shouldn't be going to those studios until you have a good product or you have nothing to prove.
You
and
can
on top
look at
of
you and
that
be like,
too,
oh,
Look at
shit
those
sounds
places
like
as
white
a
noise.
networking device. Look at these places as where your creation goes.
And on top of
Exactly.
that too, you want them to come. You want to force them to actually come see what we're doing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
That's our goal anyway.
You know what's a lot more powerful than going to a studio where Studio Night is? Is that what you said? Studio Night?
I said like Kirk Knight because we were at a studio once and he was in.
Oh,
the
word. So you know what's bigger than going to a studio where Kirk Knight was?
Yeah,
Being so good at a studio where Kirk Knight comes out to yours.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why. And that's why I said I want to create a union for where we have four studios. We have the artists ready to go already. Like even then, studios have their own artists. Like whatever's going on, whatever everybody has, they have at the end of the day. But it's a whole union base that we're just trying to do, just to say, yo, this is the Long Island too, bro. Don't forget that we actually got some sound, and y'all from out here too. So we're gonna do something about that since you guys are actually not representing us the right way.
Yeah,
Right. So
got
it's
to do
like-
something. Yeah.
So it's like,
You think it's pressure from the management and the labels?
Always,
Or
because
like,
they want to
yo,
make their money.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be going, dude. If you're
quick
with
thinking.
us, you're gonna.
Like you signed a Def Jam, they're like, yo, you cannot jack.
Hey, I'll tell you
Don't
like
the city now.
I'll tell you like this: it's quantity thinking, not quality thinking. That's the way I see it as.
Where they are gonna look at you as the product, we're gonna look at you as hope. I don't know how to say it. That sounds cheesy as fuck, but we're gonna look at you as.
It sounds cheesy.
Yeah, it does sound cheesy as fuck, but we're gonna look at you as a human being that has something really to offer. Where you are like, to them, you're just a dollar sign.
And I don't give a fuck about it. Things sound cheesy sometimes, like a lot of times, because it's like,
it's true.
yo, just listen to what they're fucking saying. Don't try and make simple fucking straightforward things a riddle. You know what I'm kind of like if someone's telling, like you're telling the people exactly what it is. Yeah. Don't turn this shit into a fucking riddle, a mystery, Scooby Doo.
No, it's
what
direct.
it is.
And I would hope that, you know, a lot of people really listen to us and how we're talking about it and understand how serious we are. And dude, reach out to us. Reach out to us in DMs. Like we
DM's
give
open.
a fuck, dude. We really do give a fuck about this. DM us, DM Holly if you want to be a vendor. We'll have all that. Like if you want to be an art, if you need help, send us your music. Send us your music if we need help, and we'll be able to be like, all right, let's see what we can do with this. You know, if there's any bit of like something that we believe in, we will work with you. That being said, if you give us a crappy product, we're gonna be honest with you. You're not gonna like what we have to say. But it really comes down to community, and like also like if you do drill, send it to Darren. Because I'm not gonna judge it the way that it should be judged, and that's just me knowing me. Send the drill to Darren.
So when people send you music and you're giving them that honesty, hey, it just ain't at the level yet. Is there still a spot for them in the community as a developmental?
Of course.
All
Of
right.
course. Of course. Dude, because like here's the thing, dude, I wasn't always good. I wasn't good for a long time.
Nobody's perfect.
But
at
are
the end
you
of the day.
chill? Are you respectful? Are you loyal? Do you have something there? Dude, even if you come into the community, you can come into the community as an artist and then hang out with everybody and then realize that you're better fit as a producer.
Yeah.
Just come out and vibe with us.
Just start.
And even if
You might find what you really love if you're chilling with everybody, bro.
And
Like,
even then, like I said, you're learning how to make multiple ways to make an income.
yeah.
That's what they're not teaching other artists is
What if
how to
you-
legally make the income or how to actually properly step your foot into the door so you can actually
how to support your business without doing all or nothing.
Or
without-
letting someone else control your business.
Or that,
without-
or yeah, giving up
only
everything.
relying on your music that makes 3 cents an hour.
Something.
There needs to be something more. We cannot.
Sponsors, there's only so much Nike sponsors and everything else could do at the end of the day too.
We just as artists cannot continue to thrive in a world that acts like this. Something's got to change. Something's got to
Take
change.
away a lot of things from back in the day too. So let's bring back some of those things that is not popular anymore either.
Ciphers, rap battles.
Ciphers, rap battles. Listen, even I would say it like this: old-fashioned club nights are not the same compared to today's nightclubs. Cause I always
0%.
tell him this. My father, he always told me a story with him, my uncle Alan, and everybody. They used to go to these parties in Brooklyn because he used to live in East Flatbush. It could be like a 12-story building. Each floor you go to is different genre music. And each time you going up those steps, it's all the people who look out for you guys, who knows the neighborhood, who knows everybody already. Like, this, if the city could do that, how come we can't?
We have the space.
More than space we have in general, to be honest.
We just
with you.
don't. We don't have anyone willing to
And
step up. Now we're
I kid you not, they would tell me stories. My uncle was literally passed out on the toilet, drunk as fuck. like literally, he literally told me the story how he ended up there. Like, the dude literally was just chilling, having a great time for himself.
Yeah, nah, that's
Like, it's those type of things.
yeah, that's what makes it all run. But I think you probably gotta wrap it up soon.
100%.
We gotta get
Let's
start getting to work.
like we said, we might intro the podcast. Let's end it with some stories. You had some stories?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that allowed, or is that a little bit of?
What type of story you
type
want?
of story you
What
want?
type
We were
of story?
talking about the mob and
Oh
Let's
yeah.
get a little spicy, you know.
Yeah.
Is that off limits right now? Is that not going to be good for the brand?
Oh, it's not a matter of brand. It's a matter of do I want the troubles that seek.
Yeah. No, we might want to just wrap this up.
But that is an exciting ass fucking ending, and they know we have those stories. So also, this is a great way to end it. If you want to hear those stories where we really regret telling those stories, yeah, me and Darren will be having a podcast with amazing hosts, such as.
I'm gonna have my idiot cousins coming out,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be having some.
Wild conversations. Nothing is off limits. Might as well call a podcast Cancel Me. Because
That was good.
Literally, yeah. Because I'm gonna let you guys know.
we're talking about everything and we're not going to apologize because it's funny as fuck. Go fuck
and
yourself.
we're not even trying to offend you guys either, but it just sounds so crazy.
And if you don't like it, shut it off.
Or-
You have the button.
Or you can just text
Very
us in the middle. Say pause.
Yeah, dude. Get involved.
Like, if I were you guys, get ready. You're going to hear us say pause a lot. Especially me.
Yeah. To Ralphie. We're going to have Soup on. Soup is going to be there. We got Sai up on. I want him to talk about astral projection really bad. Him talking about astral projection in front of Ralphie is going to get me fucking.
I also want to do like little roast sessions too.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started.
Like,
I just talking shit, kicking it with the boys.
literally all you
Because listen, this. Let me give you a quick summary of how this is going to sound. You guys, some of us are going to remember. Other ones are going to have to explain it to other people. Really good way to summarize: Modern Warfare 2 lobbies on Xbox 360.
I honestly was about to say. I was honestly about to say my lobbies right now. I have 4 brothers and I got like 3 friends who consistently play.
Yeah.
We tear that shit up. It's a fucking war zone. Like legit.
That's actually a hilarious name for the podcast.
Fucking hilarious.
Like,
You
it's
imagine?
literally gonna sound like that. Like I kid you not. There's gonna.
And it's all out of
We're
good
gonna get
spirit.
mad
It's
at
love.
each other.
It's
all
love.
out of good spirit. Like it's gonna get dicey. So
Like,
guys,
it's gonna get spiteful. Like,
we
it's
might
gonna-
actually have to call it cancel.
Yo, you might.
Like, it's actually might
Just to
have-
get ahead of it.
like,
Just to
right?
get ahead.
Because of what's going to be said. Like,
There's no
I can't
filters
even
on
tell
any
you-
of us. Like we're not gonna be able to stop. We don't think.
I can't even tell you what I started last month.
Oh, God.
We all almost got banned for 30 days off of social media, enough as is, just for freaking posting what we posted.
So now we're fighting back against social media.
So if I were you, if you're gonna tune in, don't get offended.
Yeah.
And
No, get offended, but turn it off.
no.
Don't be a bitch.
He's being negative. I'm trying to be positive.
I'm being positive as fuck. Shut that shit off. Stop being a bitch.
Don't report it. Don't get it waved.
If
Don't
you
get a
report it,
flag. Just turn that shit off.
Turn
That's all
that
you
shit
need to
off,
do.
bro.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, exactly,
I'm
bro.
not trying to end up like
Block
Boosie
our
making
channel.
thousands of Instagrams. I love Boosie to death. That man's so funny for no reason too. But no, nobody wants to go through that.
100%. It's fucking. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes,
with that.
definitely, definitely.
Appreciate y'all,
good
man, for
on
real.
the end. Yeah,
like,
bro.
seriously, like again, guys, like if y'all just tuning in now, I mean, with the video or it's not live, so scratch that. But there's some real gems in here for real, and like these guys are about the community. You know what I mean? It's community first, like they were saying, and it's just it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, so I really appreciate you guys for holding that role.
Problem.
Man, we're just in the beginning stage. We got a long way to go still.
Yeah,
A
bro.
lot of people to meet. A lot of people to meet.
A lot of people to do too.
What'd you say? Pause. End it there. End it there. Cut it.
This has been another amazing episode of the Aqua Lounge podcast. Catch us next week. Peace.